Okay, welcome everybody. It's July. We had an awesome month of June. We had set a goal to help 50 new people, and I think we helped 48. So we were really close to that goal. We welcomed a lot of new coaches to the team. I know we had some success starters, which are if you hit Success Club in the first 3 months, or the first 3 months of your business, Success Club 5 or higher, you earn a free ticket to Summit. And I know that Jennifer Goodale, I just wanted to give a shout out to her. I know she's driving across country right now. She's moving to California, but she earned her free ticket to Summit. So that's a really big deal when you're just starting out. So congratulations to her. And I wanted to also give a shout out just to our team, those who helped 3 or more people in the month of July. So Kendra Hartung, she had Success Club 15. Kristy Nystrom, who's leading the call today, had Success Club 8. Kate Noble, myself, 6. Sindel Glenn, 6. Andrea Sandmeyer had 8. And then Jennifer Goodell had 5. So awesome job, ladies. Congratulations to you. I think this month, if you hit Success Club 5, you get a free Shakeology canister, which actually I've always wanted one of those, but I never order it, so I'm pretty pumped about that. It's just like a canister to hold your Shakeology. So that's helping 3 or more people in the month of July. So for our team calendar, just a few dates. On July 18th, we're starting each month we have a team challenge, which any coach can be a part of. You can lead your own challenges, or you can join a team challenge, which is awesome if you're a new coach because you're not having to do everything. You get to help out, and it just eases the load, especially if you're really busy. So that prep starts July 18th, and then the official challenge will start the Monday after that. I don't have the date in front of me. August 1st is the next new coach training. So if you're welcoming anyone to the coaching opportunity, that training will start August 1st. We had one that started yesterday as well. So you could hop into that as well. April, I think you're in that one. And then at the end of July, Kristy, Sindel, and I will be in Nashville for Coach Summit, which is so awesome. We all attended last year. I completely recommend putting it on your list for 2017. It is so much fun. You learn a lot. You get to work out with the celebrity trainers. And it's just awesome to see. Like, I think until you actually attend a coach event, you don't really understand how awesome this organization is and how cool and positive and supportive all of the coaches are. The first event I went to, I was like, I need to be a part of this. Like, I love all these people. Everyone is kind, generous, and it's just fun to hang out with people that are like us. So, I mean, I have things to work on, but I think we're all a positive, fun community. So put that on your list for next year. They'll announce the dates. I don't know where it will be in 2017. I think it's going to change. It won't be Nashville because they said they're doing it one more year. So I'm thinking that will be the end of it. And then we did just start a Rank It Up group under Team Firestarters. And if you want to be a part of this, you do have to be an Emerald coach or higher in order to participate. But we started on Monday. It's going to be an awesome training. It is from some of the top coaches in the organization. And let me know by the end of the week. You'd have to play catch up over the weekend, but you could still get into it if you are interested, or if you want more details, just reach out to me. So just after those announcements, I am so excited to introduce Kristy Nystrom. She is one of my best friends because of coaching. We knew each other in college, and we're more of acquaintances, reconnected based on our interests and goals and helping people achieve their a healthy lifestyle as well as our own healthy lifestyle. And I talk to this girl probably every day. We GIF, I don't know how you say it, a lot. She is such a positive, supportive woman. She is a marriage therapist. She just had a little baby girl and went back from maternity leave this week. So she is back into the workforce, and she has done amazing things in her business this past year. And I'm excited for her to share those, Coach. She just advanced to Diamond 2 months ago, right?
I think so.
Which was an awesome accomplishment. And I'm just excited to learn from you, Kristy, tonight, and take it away.
Thanks, Kate. I'm really excited that there's new people on the call, because this stuff is the stuff like Kate, and I know Sindel and I have had a lot of conversations about, golly, I wish like we would have thought about this or known this or been implementing these things when we started. I know for sure my business would be 10 times further ahead than it is had I implemented the things I've been implementing right away. So it took me 4 months to get to Emeralds, because I just wasn't thinking about it that way. And I started just to help other people. So I wasn't really in that business mindset at the time that I started, but it took me 4 months to reach Emerald, just because I wasn't doing the things I need to do to reach Emerald. And I had a ton of customers and discount people I could have, addressed the discount and all that kind of stuff. But it just took me longer than it needed to. And just simple changes made such a huge difference in my business. So like Kate said, it's changed pretty dramatically. I apologize for the background noise. Has changed pretty dramatically in the past few months. So since I think December or January, I don't remember when I started that training, but my business has completely changed just on the basics. So that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit about kind of coming back to our whys and why we're coaching and why we're doing what we're doing. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to share my screen just because it'll help me figure out where I'm at. If I can find the thing. There it is. Okay. Can everyone see this? Okay, perfect. So just going to start right away with, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with Chalene Johnson. I listened to her podcast a long time ago about, okay, you guys can go down with Daddy, okay? And she talked about the difference between passion and purpose, which I had never really thought about before. And she talked about the difference as being she has always been somebody whose purpose was to teach people. And so back way long time ago, she used to teach people how to sell their cars up by themselves. And she had a service teaching people how to sell their own vehicles. This is Chalene Johnson, PIO, workout queen. And this is what she started with, straight out of college. And then she went into fitness, and she taught people about fitness and how to get their bodies toned and do those things. And so it was never about health and fitness. It was about teaching. And now she's teaching people like us, like coaches, how to make the most out of their businesses. So she has had the same purpose the entire time, but what she's passionate about has changed. And that's kind of where we're at. We need to figure out why we're doing this, what our purpose is, and then to really dig into the passion. Because right now, if you're coaching, that means that you're passionate about it. And passion can ebb and flow, and it's not always this heated moment. It's like a relationship, right? It's really exciting right away, and then it kind of evens out, and then you got to try and find ways to reignite it. So your why. It's something that I feel we got stressed a lot when I first started coaching, was sharing our why. And I remember the feeling of being sick to my stomach, posting my why for my public audience for the first time. And I had incredible reactions to sharing my why. And so I just kind of, at the end of this, I'm going to challenge everyone who's listening to call or who listens to it to post your why video publicly, or make a new one if you need to. And if you want to send it to your upline or post it on the team page to get people's thoughts first, go for it if that makes you more comfortable. But your why is going to be the most important part of this business of keeping that passion going and remembering your purpose. So if it's what's driving you, is it your health? Is it your desire to help people? Is it just your love of the products? Is it your financial goals, dreams of staying home with your kids? What's driving you? Figure that out. Write it down. Put it somewhere where you can see it. What's your purpose? why are you doing this? Is it to help others? Is it to teach? Is it to learn? Is it to lead? Try and figure out what that purpose is. And if you need help, talk to your upline. They can probably sense it in you. Do you have passion? Like, think about that for a second. And are you excited about this? And if you aren't excited about it, doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it. Maybe you just need your fire relit, or you need to figure out your purpose so that you can get passionate about it. And then how do you keep the fire lit? And one of the things, like Kate mentioned, her and I talk almost every day. And part of that for me is keeping my fire lit. I was going to say she lights my fire, but ooh, come on, baby, light my fire. But anyways, she does for this business. So she's someone I know, if I just take a minute to make a phone call to or to send a message to, my passion gets reignited for the business. And so I wish that every single morning it was like an alarm clock and I could just wake up and be ready to go, and it doesn't work out that way. But and Cindel's my accountability partner, and the same is said for her. I mean, we will usually talk for an hour, once every 1 or 2 weeks, and she and I both feel like we're driven and ready to go and reignited after we've talked. So find an accountability partner or your upline coach or somebody who does that for you, and connect with them on a regular basis. And if you don't know what a success partner is, I guess talk to your upline coach about that, or post about it. They're important in just kind of helping you set goals and stick to what you're doing. And it takes a little bit of the place of your upline coach, just in your kind of go-to person for setting those goals. So that's a good way to keep the fire lit. I apologize if I'm talking fast, but I want to be mindful of your time. A few things that happen, I think, really early on is we get really, really excited, and then that fire dies down and we aren't doing our daily activities, which I'm going to get into, and we feel overwhelmed. And so was just having this conversation with Kate the other day, but I think one of the biggest things is to focus on being productive instead of being busy. Like, we all want to be busy all the time, and there's this kind of glorification for being really, really super busy. But this business model is so simple and so quick if you're just being productive instead of filling up your schedule with things that aren't necessary to do. And then I just found this quote while I was doing it: the best way to predict your future is to create it. And I love it because we can create whatever kind of business we want with this. And it doesn't have to be one track. I hope to, take my coaching into other levels of coaching, to use some of the skills I had in grad school. Create the future that you want with this. That's what's so beautiful about the opportunity. So that being said, daily things. Personal development needs to happen every day. And I'm not saying that like I do personal development every day, because there are days that I don't. But I notice it. And we listened to some top coaches at Summit talk about the slumps they would go in, and this light bulb would go off and they'd realize, I'm not doing my personal development. And I had another realization this week that even when I was doing personal development, if it wasn't something that I connected to, I wasn't having that passion. So even though I was learning and I was developing, it wasn't igniting me. So I think it's it's good to have both to kind of keep that passion. So I love Shalene's podcasts. I love the Beachbody Monday Morning Wake Up Call podcasts. I really like Joel Osteen, like things like that to get my fire burning. And then I still try to incorporate some professional development, like books and leadership and that sort of thing. But be mindful if you're feeling like you're not productive, or you don't feel like you're effective, or you start to lose that passion, that fire dies down, you need to do the maintenance, the daily maintenance. Like, I'm going to compare this to your relationship again, but you need to kiss your boyfriend or your husband or your partner every day. If you stop, you kind of start to fall out, and that fire isn't there anymore. And the second that you pick it up again, you rebuild that fire. So try to get in that 15 to 30 minutes a day. And like I said, I don't always do it, but I know that when I do, I'm effective. Work out every day. I noticed this struggle when I was pregnant, and especially post-pregnancy when I really couldn't work out. I had a C-section, and I kept telling Kate, like, when I can exercise again, like when I can feel like myself again, when I can have the energy that just comes from doing this every day, it just puts my mind in a good place, my body in a good place, and I feel connected to the people I'm trying to help. when you aren't working out, I think we've probably all been there. It's a little bit harder to be connected to our purpose. It's harder to say, like, join this challenge group. I'm going to hold you accountable when we aren't doing what we need to do. It's another area where having an accountability partner for yourself is a great thing. Using your team page to be like, oh, I need to get a workout in. Somebody, motivate me, inspire me. Like, your coach is still your coach. Your team is still your team. You're not out there on your own. Seek the motivation that you need from other people if you can't quite get it out of yourself. Drink your Shakeology every day. This one's kind of funny because when I was pregnant, again, I couldn't drink my Shakeology. And again, I felt like disconnected from what I was trying to do with my passion. And I just love Shakeology. And so to tell people I love Shakeology, but I'm not drinking it was a really difficult thing for me. So it's simple, it's effective. You know that it works. You know that it's going to help people. You know why. And if you don't know why, spend some time learning about it because it's incredible for your body and what it does for your mental clarity and your ability to I don't know, just get through your day is pretty amazing. So check it out. That's one of your vital behaviors. Let's see. Power Hour. So this one is kind of fun. This is when my business changed. So I've been a coach since April of 2015, actively. And I did my first Power Hour I believe it was January. So January 2016 was my first Power Hour. So somehow I managed to have some sort of business prior to ever doing a Power Hour, and I don't know how. But when I started doing a Power Hour every day, and the word hour is a little bit tricky because sometimes my Power Hour is only like 30 minutes. So it really depends on how you utilize your time and how organized you are and what you need to get accomplished. But if it was a half hour, I was really doing my invites, my reaching out to new people, forming new people, all of those things that you do. So I was doing those things, but I wasn't taking a full hour for it. So every single day, though, I committed to those things. And one of the things that I've been really working on, and my husband and I are working on it together, we're calling it adulting, and we're trying to find our way out of Neverland and get some discipline. And Power Hour has been a really good way for me to start implementing discipline in my life. And I need discipline in all areas of my life. But this is specifically one of them, and I have been able to see the rewards. My business grew. I ranked up from Emerald to Diamond. I signed on coaches who were passionate about the business, which is something I hadn't been able to do before, from nothing. They weren't even challengers. I've made Success Club every month. I have increased my income by $200 a week, $100 a week, depending on the week. So it's been pretty incredible. And that was just consistency. I think I did 9 weeks straight of Power Hour. And in that time, I just had this completely incredible growth. If you want it to work for you, this business, you actually have to work. It's not this wonderful multi-level marketing company that just all of a sudden you're rich. You have to work, and you have to work hard, but you don't have to work a lot. You just have to work hard for a really focused amount of time. You have to be disciplined for that hour a day. And so then the excuse of not spending time with your family or being so taken away, being just so busy, it goes out the window because you've focused this time. You've created your posts, you've checked in with your challenge groups, you've invited, you've formed, I'm losing the other one. It's completely gone. Okay, can you help me? You're on mute though.
Okay. Add to your network, invite, connect, and then recognize or connect with your team, your coaches on your team.
Perfect. Thank you. I had it and I lost it. So
that's okay.
Those are those things to do during the Power Hour. So just really taking that time. And again, I'm guilty of not doing this. And once I'm in my flow and I'm doing it every day, my passion's up again. I'm ready to go. I'm a rock star. This is the best thing ever. And then I'll take a day or two off. And then I'm kind of like, ugh. You know, so I think when I'm connecting with people and I'm doing what I love and I'm doing what I'm passionate about, my passion's there. When I start to kind of shy away from it for whatever reason, if it's just pure laziness or if it's I feel overwhelmed or whatever, then I don't feel that passion as much. So get your power hour in. This is the biggest one. Like, this is the one that I said, like, why didn't I do this for months and months and months? Why did I not do a power hour? It's crazy. So if you're a new coach, it sounds silly, but this is like the meat and potatoes of the business. And when they say that it's going to change your business, they aren't kidding. And when they say that this is what, I mean, all the top coaches, if you listen to their calls, like, this is it. This is consistently doing the same thing every single day is going to add up to these huge results. You can be all fancy on Facebook and have like amazing results and professional photographers and like go on amazing vacations and do whatever. But if you're not showing up every single day to do your activities, those things are going to kind of fall by the wayside, no matter how cute your workout clothes are. True story. Just a few tools for Power Hour, because I think I struggled with this right away, was like trying to figure out what works for me. And I have gone from everything from, I think when I started, I was doing like a handwritten sheet and I showed everyone, like, I wish I had them available, but like pictures of these handwritten spreadsheets or Power Hour printouts. Spreadsheets, if you like spreadsheets. Teamsy is like relatively new, right, Kate? And it's pretty awesome. I just signed up for it and I really like how it like makes me feel like I've accomplished all of these things when really I'm just doing my Power Hour, and it has you write down your why. And actually I'd gone like a week without logging onto my Teamsy. I was actually still doing my Power Hour, but I wasn't using my Teamsy. And I got an email from Teamsy saying like, don't you remember the reason you're doing this? And they like posted my why in this email that I had written on Teamsy. And I was like, oh crap, they totally got me. They held me accountable. So it's worth the commitment and the time, and there's a free month trial to try it out. So it's a Beachbody program or created for Beachbody coaches, so it will make sense to you. Grab a success partner, accountability partner, whatever you want to call it, someone who's got goals like you, someone you feel you can connect with, who's going to hold you accountable, who's going to tell you when you're not being disciplined or when you have excuses or whatever, and also is going to hold your hand through some of the hard times. Someone that you can kind of vent to and when you're frustrated, but will give you kind of that positive reframe and get you back on your feet, and schedule in that time. Schedule in your time, because if you don't schedule it in, it's a lot less likely to happen. I don't know if they're doing it anymore, but we were doing these Power Hours, live Power Hours, and I only got on a few, but then my success partner and I decided sometimes we need to do them together. And so every once in a while when we're doing our Power Hours, we'll message each other and say, hey, I'm doing it right now. And if the other just happens to not be busy, we'll get on together. And that works out really, really well, because we're going to spend an hour chatting about like the weather otherwise. So we might as well get something done. And this quote is from Summit last year, actually, like on one of the big things. And I just loved it because this is part of my discipline. Like, I'm a dreamer and I want amazing things for my life. And I dream all these like amazing ideas and then I don't do them. And so it's not just going to happen naturally. I have to create the opportunities that I want for myself. I can't just imagine them and they're going to be there. I'm not Cinderella, unfortunately. Recognition, that's one of the other vital behaviors. So recognition every single day. And for a while I was confused on this one. I'm like, you want me to like Facebook about somebody every single day or like recognize them for things? And I realized it was more than that. So it can also just be a personal message. So whether it's someone who has motivated and inspired you in your life and you want to thank them, someone who's done something for your family, or for you at any point, a challenger in your challenge group, anyone. And you can do it in a public format or you can do it in a personal message. And I think when this started, I just realized it when I was creating this presentation. I had a couple other coaches who are not on our team reach out to me and send me really, really nice messages. And I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. But they meant it. It was genuine. But I think that was a part of their gratitude for this experience and this opportunity and the fact that we're kind of all busting our tails and trying to make something. And it felt really, really good to see that somebody out there was recognizing what I'm doing. And I'm a firm believer that what you put out, you get back. So when you're putting out gratitude and you're recognizing other people are going to recognize that in you, and they're going to be more connected to you, and they're going to want to spend time with you and learn about you and work with you, and all of a sudden you've got a team, which is pretty cool. And then the last thing, I just was listening to a podcast the other day, and this is where the beautiful stuff comes from, is teaching. And I'm going to start incorporating this. Every day you should teach something. So people don't really necessarily care a whole lot, like what product we're using or what we're doing, but they care about how to make their lives better. Pretty much all of us want to make our lives better somehow. So use this position that you're in to make people curious about what it is that you're doing. Like, wow, she's working out. That looks like a tough workout. What is she doing? So tell people like about the exercise. Like, this is, plyometrics. It burns torches calories in your body and uses your largest muscles and da-da-da-da. And then they're going to ask you about it. Like, they're going to naturally be inclined to want to know what you're doing. If you have something that you already do, if you're a nurse or a business person or whatever you are, a stay-at-home mom, like, teach information that you've learned. You can credit somebody else. I just told you guys I listened to Shalene and found out this and this and that. And this has been a big takeaway for me. Use this opportunity to teach, because the more that we teach people, the more, again, they want to know what it is that we're doing, and they're going to keep coming back to learn from us. So, I mean, it's really basic, and I hope that if you're new and you're listening, that you really take away the Power Hour piece. If you have questions about it, I know we have resources on our team page. Ask us. Ask Kate, ask myself. I'm always open for chatting about those things. So ask us about what we use or how we do it or what system we have and how to be focused in your time, because you don't have to spend hours a day doing this. You don't have to take time away from your family. You need an hour maximum of focus time at this point to get it done. And then when you're passionate, you get to do fun things like this, like be on a team call. And it's so awesome. I'm really glad Christine and April are here. Sometimes Kate and I are here by ourselves. But that's about being excited about it. I mean, we all have things going on, but I love when people are excited and they're on the call, because it brings up something else. And I hope that it brought that up for you guys and that you'll come back. So that's it, Kate, I think. Unmute yourself. I can read lips pretty good, but.
Okay. Will you want to share your screen real quick?
Oh, you don't want to keep seeing it?
I actually really loved your presentation.
Thank you.
You're very good at like creatively designing and having like an awesome brand. I love it. But I wanted to go over a few takeaways that I had, which were a lot. First, like, it always comes back to your why. Like, why are you coaching? Like, that's so right, Kristy. I think it's awesome to like put that somewhere. Like Team Z, how it came back up. Surround yourself with your why, because this business does have ups and downs. But if you have like a passion or a heart and you're doing this, there's so many reasons why you could be doing this. But if you truly believe in it, whether it's to help people or whether it's to bring your husband home from like some women join because they want their husband to no longer have to be in the military. They can provide that sole income. Like, there's so many different reasons why you can be a coach, but it has to be something that you're passionate about. So I love that you touched on that, Kristy. I think the biggest takeaway is how simple it actually is. I know so many times in my business I've made it way more complicated than it needed to be, and that would like make me just like step back and be like, I'm just gonna have to like take a break for a while. But it's such the basics, like personal development. I mean, while you're driving to work or whatever, like pop in some headphones and speak life into you, or have somebody else speak life into you. Even if you're not a coach, this is like so important. And I love how you connected it to kissing your boyfriend or your husband. And I think that connects to every single piece of this, like what we should be doing every day. If you're not doing it, you continually fall out of the habit. Like that go for working out too. If you're not doing your power hour, like you mentioned, if you didn't do it for 2 days or over the weekend, then it was hard to like get back on track on Monday. And for me personally, that's something that I struggle with is, so on the weekends, I take the weekend off, but I do hear a lot of top coaches that say they do it every single day because it keeps that momentum going. So whether they're, I mean, if they're on vacation, maybe they don't, but if there's something going on, there's family time, they take that 30 minutes maybe and just knock it out because it keeps that momentum going. I love how you touched on that, Kristy. And if you want it to, I love the quote, if you want it to work for you, you have to work. You have to work and be focused. So true. And then I love how you added teach every day. We need to make like a power of 5 document or something. You need to create that. I think that's awesome. That's something that is missing. We have the opportunity to add value into people's lives. And I think like when you look at what do I have to offer, what can I teach people? If you don't know what that is, send a message to like a close friend or family, like ask them what they think you have like knowledge on. I think that's an awesome way to get, to build that into kind of what you're doing. Loved it. Awesome job. I have a lot of takeaways. And maybe we should do a live power hour once a month or something. I think that big group one ended. It ended.
Well, and even if you're not sure what a power hour looks like throw something out on the team page and people will help you. Because I think that was the biggest thing. I'm like, well, what's this power hour and what am I supposed to do with it? And the few that I've sat on, I know I've asked like, Kate, do you have a different message? Like, I feel like this one I've been sending is kind of getting old, or like a different scripted. Like there's so many tools that the people around you have. And if you're not utilizing it, you're making it so much harder for yourself. So,
yep. Yeah. Or maybe we even that's why it's awesome to be on them live. I was going to say we could do one and just have it recorded, and then that way people could go back to it if like they need some structure to their power hour, which would work. You just don't have that conversation back and forth. Did anybody have any questions? No? I hope that you guys weren't like, whew. But honestly, this was an awesome call to start off on, because it really is about the basics. Like, I love, Kristy, that you shared, like, honestly, like, that the first however many months, 7 months, 8 months, you had never done a power hour.
Not one.
But I think that is like a big thing, especially for new coaches, because it's hard to get into that discipline. But if you can do that from the beginning, it's going to dramatically impact what you're doing, and you're going to impact so many more lives. Like, think about it that way. The more people you connect with, and yourself too, you're just going to become a more disciplined person. It improves you as well. So I loved it. Awesome call, Kristy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and I will post the recording for anyone that missed it. But if there's no questions,
will you tag Lori and Erica too?
What was that?
Will you tag Lori and Erica when you post it? Thank
Yep,
you.
Definitely.